Good morning and welcome to Fat Cow Farm. What a cracker of a day. Now we're sitting here at the home paddock and guess what just turned up? My Flow Hive bee smoker. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the process of how we start smoking our bees, lighting the fire and everything else. So let me get some things ready and I'll see you soon. All right, so check this out, mate. Flow Hive, because that's going to marry up with our Flow Hive beehive up in the forest section of Fat Cow Farm there. Now I just wanted to quickly show you a few things. We've got the bellows here, which sends air through the smoker and keeps that fire alight, and then the smoke will come out of the top. Now, when we open it, oh, you can, I have been practicing. We have our little firebox in there, and that's it, mate. Ready to go. So what I'm going to do is organise my materials and all my safety precautions. So let me get them ready and I'll see you soon. All right, because we're going to be lighting a fire in here to produce smoke for the bees and also dealing with bees, we've got to go through a bit of have our safety gear ready to rock and roll. So with my smoker here, if I'm going to put that on the ground, I've got a galvanised tub here that I can just put it straight in and keep that off the ground. I've got my bottle of water, just in case things go a bit pear-shaped. And if things go pear-shaped for me, I've quickly raided our first aid kit and I've got my EpiPen. So mate, we're ready to go. I'll get the fire up and running and I'll see you soon. All right, so here we are. I'm just about to start the little fire in our smoker here, and I've got my cotton ball. I'm just gonna put a little dab of Vaseline on the cotton ball, and that'll give me a good flame for about 5 minutes. Now, what I'm gonna do is put that in there like so. I'm gonna light her up. And I'm thinking that you might be able to see that. All right, so the cotton ball's on fire there, so that's all cool. And I'm just gonna slowly start adding some pine needles. All right. Get a few more here. We've got the flame coming up. That's just working. It's working. All right, so we've still got flame, so that's a good start. A few more needles. All right, and I'll just fill it up a little bit more. And I'll just give that a couple of puffs. Look at that. Someone would think I'm a train. All right, now, when dealing with the bees, what we want to make sure is that the smoke is cold. Now, what I found, and I was mucking around with it yesterday, is that as the fire from the pine needle starts coming up the smoker itself, when the smoke starts getting hot, it's pretty much time that you need to put more needles in. So the fire is sitting at the bottom of the smoker, and then it has to travel through those pine needles, and it starts cooling. So by the time it comes out. Now I've got a fairly good smoke process coming through now. Now what I'm going to do is just open that. I'm going to put a little bit more on top, because I thought it was just probably a little bit too hot. Now the reason I'm using pine needles is that's because what we had laying around. I stripped the house apart trying to find cardboard and I couldn't find any. So this is what we've got. Yeah, so that's a lot colder now. A lot colder. So there you go. The Flow Hive smoker, all lit up, ready to rock and roll. And that'll safely allow me to get into the hive. It masks all the pheromones from the workers and the queen bees. And so it doesn't send out that signal to all the workers that say, right, we're being attacked, get your stingers ready. So this just puts them into that like purple haze, I suppose. Chills them out a little bit and we're good to go. Good for the bees, good for me, good for Fat Cow Farm. I'll see you soon. All right, so here we go. We have our smoker up and running. Now, just as a bit of a recap, now the reason we use the smoker around the beehive is, like I said before, is that we mask the pheromones from the queen and the worker bees. Now, every time that we want to inspect the hive, which would be about every 3 to 4 weeks, what we do is we'd come up to the front of the hive, we'd squirt a couple of smoke squirts up at the entry, and then we sort of wait a little bit, maybe a minute or two, and then we can start having a look inside the hive. If we needed to, we could squirt on top, and that just eliminates pretty much the attack phase of what the bees are going through. So our biggest thing for us is that these are one of the most important things I think that we can have here at Fat Cow Farm, is that we can protect ourselves, but also it protects the bees and enables us to safely harvest the honey when we're ready for that process to begin. And I just can't wait till we get to that point. Now, what we will be doing is the little tool that came with the Flow Hive system. Not only is it helping me get the pine needles into our smoker here, but we can pry open, and you'll see me using this a lot, we can pry open where the bees have sort of sealed off with their wax. And then we can go from there. So at this very point in time, I am stoked about what Flow Hive have done. A great Australian product. Check this out, mate. We are ready to rock and roll. In around about, I'm hoping now, probably about 2 weeks, we're going to get our first nucleus turn-ups from Ben's bees. We'll set that up there, we'll go through the process, we'll get the smoker up and running again, and from there, mate, it's all on, it's on. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you soon.